Today I'm going to walk you through 3 of the most important topics in the housing market right now. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't visited us before, we're happy to have you and help you with your real estate journey. So go ahead and subscribe, like the video, share, feel free to drop us a comment below, or just go ahead and reach straight out to us at the number. So today we're going to be talking about 3 things. Will mortgage rates keep rising? What's happening with home prices? And the shining star of the housing market right now, which is actually homeowner equity. And in Tampa Bay, we've got many owners with significant equity right now, making this market so different than it was in 2008. Now, you know, on our channel, we don't try and make things more drama-filled than they already are. So let's start today by helping you answer the question, you know, are mortgage rates going to keep rising? This has definitely been a part of the fear and uncertainty that people have got right now in the housing market. And you know, we understand that because we're seeing the same headlines that you're seeing. Mortgage rates near 7%, mortgage rates the highest level since 2008, 30-year fixed rate jumps over 7%. Those headlines are out there in the media right now, and it's rightfully, you know, people get scared when they see that. Well, if we take a look at the Freddie Mac 30-year fixed rate from January through to current times, we can see mortgage rates have been gradually climbing for the last few months. And with mortgage rates rising like this, you might be seeing a number that's even higher than this today. So to reduce inflation, the Federal Reserve is slowing down the economy. Now, that slowing down is designed to have an impact as well on the housing market. It's very intentional by the Federal Reserve right now. And we are seeing this cooling or slowing in the housing market as a result of rising mortgage rates. What are the experts saying is going to happen to mortgage rates going forwards? Well, even 2 months ago, rates above 7% may have seemed pretty unthinkable at the current pace. But in a rising rate environment, the best thing we can do is help you understand what's happening, why it's happening, and of course what you can do to navigate this rate environment. So this quote is quite powerful, and it's from Realtor.com. There's no doubt that the increasing mortgage rate is going to make home buying even more challenging. We're feeling that affordability pinch right now. It's loud and clear. Buyers may still find opportunities as these changes coincide with the time of year when buyers historically found the best market conditions to obtain more bargaining power. In other words, as market rates have increased, home sales have slowed down. This has led to a few more houses on the market, a little bit more inventory. So if you're a buyer that's been repeatedly outbid or just couldn't seem to find that perfect house, there's actually a decent chance now of you getting that because the multiple offer bidding wars are gone. But you know, the other challenge on the other side of that is affordability, which is why finding and speaking with a great lender that you can trust is so important to guide you through the process of getting the right mortgage at the best rate. And as people start to navigate this market, maybe it's even looking in a different area or a more affordable area. There's so many things that we can help with, and we've talked about that on previous videos. And many people still need to buy and sell homes right now, so the market's still moving. So I want to wrap this section up with this quote from Mark Fleming at First American, because I think it says it nicely. He says, while mortgage rates are expected to continue to drift higher over the coming months, much of the rapid increase in rates is likely behind us. So that's pretty huge. Okay, let's move on to talk about home prices. So the ratio of buyers to sellers in the real estate market's changed pretty rapidly. Now, we had that increase in demand with number of showings and a decrease in supply, active listings in the last few years. And we've seen a completely unprecedented real estate market thanks to COVID. More people than ever before were looking to buy homes, you know, where we saw pictures and lines of people lined up around the block to visit homes. We saw the bidding wars, tremendous amount of demand that was out there in the market, and there weren't enough homes available. So now we're seeing the inverse of that, which this graph represents. So showings are down nationally right now, just over 12%. Active listings are up over 27%. That's not been the story the last couple of years. Well, what are the experts saying? Well, I'm going to give you kind of a full range of experts, and I think it sums up the real estate market. So Ivy Zelman, Zelman projects US house prices will fall 4% in 2023 and another 5% in 2024. So Ivy Zelman, you know, she tends to get a lot of media coverage when she comes out and says things like that. George Ratu from Realtor.com, he says, not surprisingly, deals are not getting done. And with the sale of new and existing homes declining for over half a year, given that demand is cooling due to high borrowing costs, rising interest rates, incomes falling behind inflation, and a limited supply pipeline is becoming increasingly clear that prices have to decline to restore liquidity and balance. So he's saying again, maybe a decline in home prices. Third, Mark Fleming from First American. Well, the market's considered overvalued. You may need to adjust to the not so new reality of higher mortgage rates. Housing market fundamentals still support a moderation of annual house appreciation rather than a sharp decline. So from the experts there, we've seen a range of opinions about the market. And why does this matter? Well, a few have said that the market's overinflated, there'll be price dropping in certain areas. We've also got some people thinking that prices will only decrease a little bit. So if we start to take this picture, and this is really what I want to communicate to you today, is what's the picture right now? So what the Home Price Expectations Survey is, every quarter they survey the top economists, top experts in housing across the country, and they say, where do you think the market's going? And you see more forecasting appreciation than depreciation, but more appreciation every year, meaning more and more people are optimistic about the market and appreciation into the coming years. So next, people are asking us, should I buy a home right now? So home ownership, it wins over a 30-year period. Even with the ups and downs, home prices are up 290% in some places, significantly higher as well in some places. So that's a significant source of wealth and growth for a homeowner. And if this happened over the last 30 years, do you think we're going to see something different over the next 30 years? So first of all, home equity is a huge source of wealth creation. You know, the net worth of a homeowner is 40 times greater than that of a renter. So when you start to compare home ownership to renting, it's a huge difference for people's long-term wealth gain. You know, the rental market has exploded, and in the last 30 years, with prices rising exponentially there too, and the last 2 years have been a nightmare for many, many renters. And this graph shows how monthly rents have increased over time. So when someone's asking us, you know, should I buy a home? Well, you can either put all of that money into rent and not get any return on it, or you can look at home ownership, which gives you some return on that investment, and it's huge for establishing wealth. So the real crisis right now actually isn't buying and selling, it's renting, because you can see how that's exponentially increased over time. So as we're looking at everything that's happening in the housing market right now, we look at the rising mortgage rates, we look at the home prices. It's just really important to see the long-term benefit of home ownership too, because we can surely see that home ownership does have value over time. If we can help you, feel free to reach out. We're happy to have you with us. Drop a comment below and we'll see you on the next video.